Drills Talk, episode 104. In this episode, we're going to discuss the top 4 reasons dividend income makes life easier. This is based on a blog I wrote in the past entitled 7 Streams of Income, Dividend Income. Dividend income, quick explanation. Let's say you own 1 share of a stock that is $100. That $100 share gets you 7% of a dividend. That's $7 each year, passive. You're going to get that. Let's say you roll that $7 into that 100, and the next year you get 7% on $107. Now, let's say you do that for 10 or 20 years. Let's say you own multiple stocks in multiple shares. Now we're getting somewhere. Let's go.
Yo, Drills.
Created by the great wizard of the new world.
Drills Talk, episode 104. In this episode, we're going to discuss the top 4 reasons dividend income makes life easier. But before we get started, please like, subscribe, share, show your love however you would like to show your love. Here we're an entrepreneurship-based channel. Every Monday, we have a new blog. Every Wednesday, a new Drills Talk. Every Friday, we release an instrumental produced by yours truly to bring your weekend in right and show you what I'm doing when I'm not making YouTube videos. Let's get started. Number one is you will instantly own part of a huge company. This is iconic. This is unbelievable. This is so easy. It's very hard to start a successful business, let alone own one that is a multi-million or multi-billion dollar, sometimes trillion, depending on what you own, dollar company. So how about just buying a piece of it and owning it? And because you own it and they pay dividends, you get money just for owning the company, owning a share of the company. It's amazing. You don't have to worry about startup. You don't have to worry about overhead. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. And you are an owner of this multi-million or billion or trillion dollar company. It is beautiful. It is unbelievable. And it's so easy to do. You open up a brokerage account. You can do all of this from your phone. You find a list outside the brokerage account of dividend stocks that pay maybe somewhere between 2, sometimes they go up to 10, and then you get a little risky if you get anything higher than that, but try to stay in between that area. Nice sweet spot is between 6 and 8%. And you're getting 6% on your money every year, passive, and you still own the stock. So if that stock goes up, then you own that difference and you still get 6% of whatever that stock is worth. So if that stock jumps up to $300 in 5 years, then you're still getting 6%. And a lot of companies do add on consistently every year, maybe not a lot, but add on to what they're paying out in dividends, as long as their company is still growing. So as they grow, you grow because you're a part owner and you have stock ownership in that company. So you grow together. And you're not waking up worrying about the day-to-day like the CEO or the COO has to do. You're not waking up and going to work like the workers and on that company or of that company have to do. You're just collecting when it's time to get paid. It's a beautiful thing. Number two is you receive a percentage of your ownership in cash. So this is what I was talking about as far as that dividend. That dividend is a cash payment based on your ownership. So if you own 1 share and it's $100 and they pay a 6% dividend, you get $6. But let's think about this. I'm going to probably own more than 1 share. And over time, I'm probably going to roll that profit into it and make it grow and compound interest. Compound interest is a beautiful thing, and it can get you a lot of money over time if you're simply patient and diligent about adding to your dividend portfolio. This is like the ultimate in passive income. You are having your money work for you, and you are latched on to a company that is continuously and tirelessly trying to grow, meaning that your money is going to grow, meaning that your dividend is going to grow. And if you continue to add to that, then your money is going to be astronomical compared to what it is on a smaller scale when you're first beginning. The key is to stay diligent, stay patient, and see that money grow. If you need to know exactly how long you got to wait, there are dividend calculators and there are compound interest calculators to where you can say, how long do I have to wait before this money is ridiculous and I can live off of my dividends? It can happen. It will happen if you stay diligent and you stay controlled and you don't go chasing something that maybe can give it to you a little faster. Because if it can give it to you faster, then it can also take it away faster. So let's keep that in mind. Number three. Number three is you still have the liquidity of cash. Let's say something occurs. This is a little better than owning say a piece of property like a car or a real estate piece of property, because if you have to sell the home to get the money, that's going to take time. If you have to sell the car, you have to market the car, and you have to haggle, and you have to see how much you can get for that. It's a lot, right? But when you own a stock, it is worth what it is worth. You can see it in real time. And if you sell it at that time and you need some money, that's what it's worth. You sell it in your brokerage account, and the next day you can have it in your bank account. So if people are worried about, if anybody out there listening is worried about, oh, well, if I own a stock and I need some money and something comes up, how can I get my money? I'd rather keep it in the bank. Well, if you can wait one business day, then you can have the security of everything we just talked about. And if you need the money, you have the liquidity to where you can have that money next day. The only money that should be in your checking account and savings account is maybe 1 to 2 months of bills. And for your savings account, maybe enough to protect yourself from overdraft, maybe a couple $100. Otherwise, you're robbing yourself. And I'll get into that in another video, but just trust me here. Your money should be making money. And in the bank, it is not. Number four. Number four is you also have the traditional stock perks. So the traditional stock perks, again, is when we touched on if the stock goes up. Now, depending on what type of dividend stock you buy, most of them, they are paying a smaller percentage of a dividend. So if you buy something to where the dividend yield is between 2 and 3 or 4%, those are also growth stocks. So the stock itself, the stock price itself is going to grow, meaning that over time, your dividend is going to grow and the value of that share that you have or shares that you own are going to grow. But there are also stocks, let's say REITs, which are real estate investment trusts. Basically, what they do is they take all their income and they pay it out monthly. So that stock price, it's pretty much going to stay in that area, but you're getting a higher dividend yield. So for example, say if you own something that's $100, they pay an 8% dividend yield. Now, 5 years from now, that stock is probably not going to be more than $120, $130, probably covering inflation. But you still get that constant income, that consistent income at an 8% rate, as opposed to another stock, a growth stock that has a smaller dividend. So you have to really sit down and understand exactly what your goal is. Is it monthly income to where you are okay with your share not accruing more and more value, maybe just staying even with inflation? Or do you want to take a little less dividend, but have the potential of that share that you own grow over time? And, maybe you can do a mixture. There's no rules to it. And when you're talking about your money and your investment portfolio, you have total control of it. Nowadays, you don't have to give your money to some guy or some lady that you have no idea what they're doing with your money, sitting in the building, and they're giving you the same deal that they're giving everybody else. You can be your financial advisor. There's enough information out there to go out and learn yourself. Just take the time to go online. You can go on Yahoo Finance and just search all types of companies. There's plenty of information. Their dividend yield is there. Their 5-year performance is there. Just immerse yourself in this information to where you're comfortable with it. You don't have to watch CNN and all this stuff for hours. Just get enough grasp to understand that if I put my money into this company, I know what the company does. I know what type of dividend stock it is. I know if the goal is to grow or the goal is to pay out a high dividend monthly. And equip yourself with that information and see how much taller you stand up. See how much calmer you are about your future, your financial future. See how much information you'll be able to share with your family and your friends, your loved ones. It's worth it. Drills Talk, episode 104. So the top 4 reasons dividend income makes life easier. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. It's drills.com. Check this out. It's Drills.